Hi guys, welcome to my channel and this video. This is for those of you that are Virgo, divine masculines, that are in a twin flame connection. You could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign Virgo, or you could be watching because you're a divine feminine and your divine masculine is a Virgo. Either way, I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. I am a twin flame, and I say that so that you know that nothing here is set in judgment, that I know exactly what this journey is like, and it's very difficult, and so I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm only here to bring awareness through spirit, and whatever spirit wants to say coming through me, or whatever, or the cards. you know how it is. Anyways, if you want to know what we're going to talk about in this reading, the information's in the description box below. Otherwise, we're going to get right to it. I say that and then I start some more. Now, if you are the divine feminine watching, know that some of the situations that your divine masculine is in is going to mirror some of the aspects in your life. And mirroring is not an exact science. It may not be like what example I've been using is, let's say they have a legal situation. You might not be in a legal situation, but how they're responding to the legal situation or reacting to it or emotionally growing through that situation is something that you could also be going through, just a different situation. It could be the same emotional lesson or the same emotional growth. You know, yours could be family related or work related. There's going to be some kind of alignment with the type of lesson that you're learning and what you're trying to grow through at this time. All right, so what are you focused on, Virgos? You divine masculines. What are you focused on at this time? So we have a couple. We have external influence and stability. I'm only going to put external influence because it was the one that was flipped up first. Now, this is kind of like, I feel like this is how others see you. So you could be really focused on how others are seeing you, or networking. I'm getting a networking vibe. So you could be like in networking through work, or how people through work see you. But it's a focus of how you're focused on other people, and it's having an influence on you is what I'm getting. Okay. So what are you consciously aware of in regards to your connection to your divine feminine? You know who your divine feminine is. You're very much aware of that. That's the second. I think Cancer came out like that too. You're very much aware of who your divine feminine is. Now, this isn't going to resonate with everyone, and it might be a small group, but I feel like you're not ready to acknowledge that or allow that in for whatever reason. I feel like it could be that your divine feminine wants too much from you because they have their own path that they need to do. Again, there's no judgment in that. These are conditional behaviors that we learn. But we learn from our experiences growing up. So, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, look at that. Child. So this is definitely childhood wounds coming up for the two of you. How you avoid, your divine feminine. If you're the divine feminine watching, again, this is not an offense to who you are. It's an understanding and awareness of what your avoidance behavior is. So an example, you might avoid by chasing your divine masculine in need of validation, because the validation makes you feel good about yourself, whereas the divine masculine runs and looks outside themselves for validation from something that's not emotionally attached to them, because that makes them feel good, but neither are actually focused on self. Okay, there's some kind of energy coming around with that. So what are you being guided to or being guided with at this time? Your dreams. Okay. So what's interesting is there's still some limitation in regards to your dreams. You can be a powerful manifester, but I feel like what you're really being guided to observe is why those dreams. What is it about those dreams that you want so badly? Because I'm still getting the energy of external validation. It's like, if I just had this dream job, if I was just a success, if I just made so much money, like these are all my big dreams, but they're all these things that I think are going to make people accept me. And I really feel like, again, I don't want to take anyone's dreams away from them. I think if you can shift to wanting to have those dreams because they make you feel good, and not because people accept you, but because you feel good doing them, a little bit of a shift. I don't know. There's something you're being guided to in regards to those dreams, because the dreams, as long as they are controlled by energy outside of yourself, like via people or experiences, I don't know if, I feel like they're going to keep you in a state of disempowerment, if you will. They're going to kind of keep you behind the 8 ball. But let's see what you're conscious of in your life. Like, what are you aware of? We have marriage and union. Okay, so you're aware on some level what union could mean for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, that scares the crap out of you. Union scares the crap out of you. Because, and again, this might be a small group of you, so don't take it if it doesn't resonate. It's easier to commit yourself to something that doesn't have an emotional connection than it is to something that has an emotional connection. Because if it has an emotional connection, it can hurt you. If it doesn't have an emotional connection, it's just business. So I think that's there's something that needs to come up here, right? That's deep-seated. There's a very thick shell around that heart, a very thick wall, due to past experiences. So how are you seeing your life, Divine Masculines? How are you seeing your life? Interesting. The road ends here. I'm not saying your life has to end, but this is a sign that things have to change, or things as they are have to end. The twin flame journey never ends, but the phases in it will end so that new ones can begin. You've taken your life as far as it can go in this direction. And I think, I get the impression that some of you are feeling constant roadblocks. You keep coming to the end of the road, a dead end, and having to go another way. But every time you go a new way, you take the same path and then you hit a dead end again. So I feel like there's definitely going to be stuff coming in that has to shift you out of that, because you can't keep going on the same route and expecting to get somewhere different, if that makes sense. But the way that you learn to go about things may have served whoever you learned it from, but it's not meant to serve you. I hope this is making sense. Okay, what are you being influenced by right now, Virgo? Yeah, your intimate environment. So this energy is in close quarters. It's affecting you, your twin flame, and the connection. It isn't always a bad thing. So feel the energy of the people and the places around you. Are the people and the environments around you serving you? Do they make you feel good, or do they make you feel in lack? Like you need to do more, like you need to, it's that peer, that needing to be accepted that I keep getting. And the people that you want to accept you may not have the capacity to accept you. They may not understand that. So I really feel like you're meant to accept yourself and work your way out from there. I don't know what that looks like for you, Virgo. I think Spirit is going to come in and help you with that for sure. Maybe whether you want it or not. All right, so what are you unaware of at this time? Your energy imbalance. Understanding that there's low vibe energies that either of you could have absorbed that are making you feel unwell. So this is a sign to clear out both your energy centers and balance them out. So if you're the Divine Feminine watching, know that you can balance both of your energy centers out, and it's not a violation of free will, because you share the same energy here. But you might be unaware of how much the energy around you is influencing you to a place where you're out of balance. And when we go out of balance as human beings, we go all up in our head, and our head tries to balance things out. But in the energy we're in right now, that just doesn't work anymore. So You might feel like a bit of a teeter-totter for a while, like a swinging pendulum, but it's really to help you see the extremes of when you're in alignment and when you're not in alignment. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having ambition and having dreams, but it's if the results of those dreams are a direct correlation to your value, you're going to be at a loss with them at this time. Okay. So the next steps are near future for you. That was fast. Whatever it is, not right now. It's not time yet. Hidden things moving into place to bring what you want, but better. Also could be you could be protected from painful situations that don't involve you directly, and that can go both ways. I really feel like this is about you not trying to force your future at this time, because it's really, I feel like you're really meant to sit with yourself and balance yourself from the inside out. I feel like the group that I'm tapped into might be awake to the connection for the last 2 or 3 years, but they're now just starting to take it seriously. And because it's kind of go time. So they might be very much, you might be very much in your infancy stage of, it doesn't matter where your divine feminine's at, but you might have resisted all of this time because it wasn't your time to truly wake up and do the work. Okay. There's no like you're behind, you know, you're going to be last, you know, everything happens as it's meant to. And maybe you didn't have the space, or maybe it just, this wasn't when you planned to do any work with your journey, with your inner journey, with yourself. And maybe you just started to do it right now, but you could have been aware of the connection for the past few years. Okay. Let's get some guidance for you. Let's get some guidance here, Virgo. Yeah. So we have teacher. I feel like someone's going to come in and really help you, guide you on the way. They're not going to be like the people that you normally have around you. I don't feel this applies to your divine feminine. I feel like they've been doing that on and off for themselves. But for those divine feminines, I feel like there was still resistance to what was coming through from spirit. And again, there's no judgment in that. It just wasn't your time to work on those things. And on some level you knew that. And so you weren't ready to be open to it, but maybe you will be. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a teaching moment and you're ready to be taught. So, yeah, that's all. I guess that's all I'm going to say. So I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing day.